Hey guys, welcome back, welcome to the video. I've just been making a few notes, hence the click of the pen. And I've got my microphone on, I just had to double check there. So today we're going to talk about creating rituals and creating your sacred space for healing, and what goes into that, and how do we do it, what comes about, and how do we get there. And it's something that can take a while. It can take a long time to get into the I suppose the mix of it all, and just to get a general feeling of what you want and how you want to get there and how you want to achieve it. But I want to kind of break it down into simple steps of how I got there, how I got to build my sacred space, and maybe it'll give you some pointers of how you can build your sacred space. But also, don't just copy me, follow your own intuition and follow your own intentions for what you want that sacred space to be. So whether you are a healer or whether you just want somewhere peaceful to sit down, to be at one with yourself, to just create that sacred space, just have some alone time, to be able to meditate, to be able to do whatever you need to do that makes you feel at peace, that makes you feel at one, so you can just compose your thoughts and bring yourself back to your own being, I suppose. So the first thing that I've written down in my notes, so if I look down there, it's because my notes are there. Actually, I'll put my notes in front of me and then I won't be so rude. So the first thing that I've written down is intention. So what is the intention for this sacred space? What do you want to use it for? Obviously, I created this sacred space for distance healing predominantly, but also for me to just, for somewhere to go, to just be at peace, to meditate, to light a candle, to burn some incense, to cleanse my aura, to work on myself, to work on my healing. But I don't just use this room, I use other rooms. I sometimes use the living room downstairs as well, because I can put music on down there as well. But a lot of the time I like to just come in here. So what's your intention? Work out that first, what you want the space for. So whether you are a practitioner or a healer, then that's your intention. You want this space to be the best place that you can give healing to, either whether it be distance or contact work. You want it to be the most homely, comfortable, peaceful space you can find for that intention. So talking about the space, looking at the size of the space and what the space looks like. Has it got lots of like unusual corners? Is it just like a nice square room, or maybe it's a room with nice big windows that you can just put some gentle covering over just to bring the light down a little bit if you need to. But usually not always, but the size of the room is quite important. But there are some therapy rooms that I've seen that are quite small rooms. This room isn't massive, but there are some rooms that I have seen that have been smaller than this, but they've also been extremely powerful, extremely comfortable and extremely homely. So it's not always about the size, but obviously if you want to put a therapy bench in, or a therapy table, or a massage table, it needs to be big enough for you to be able to get around that as well. Luckily, the predominant amount of work that I do in here is all distance, so I just need enough room for me. But it's nice to be able to just have a bit of space around me to do what I need to do, and to create an initiation and a ritual, which is something we're going to get into a little bit later in this video. So the size and space of the room is really important. Next thing that I've written down is the colours of the room as well. So having a nice colour scheme. So this room here, I just wanted it to be kind of plain, the walls plain, so I can add my own kind of colours that I felt I wanted to go within the room. But I've kind of kept it quite neutral, apart from obviously that bit there, the wall hanging, which has got the symbol, the third eye symbol, and the wall hanging over the window, which is obviously the chakra symbol. But when the blinds are open, this room is filled with a beautiful, beautiful pinky purple haze, which is the colour of healing. It's the colour of universal healing energy. So when people see purple in Reiki healing, or in other healing modalities, when they see purple, it's usually a connection to the crown chakra and the healing energy that they are receiving. So purple is a really, really powerful colour. Pink is as well, because it's the colour of the heart chakra as well. So colours, but earthy colours, tertiary colours. Tertiary colours is things like browns, greys, earthy colours, which are really good for keeping a grounded space around you. So colours are really good and really important. Plus, if you want to go down the aspect of colour therapy, then the colours that are around you in the room as well can also incorporate within that therapy, within that healing, having the right colours around you and having the right balance. You don't want something that's too full on, but you don't want anything that's too kind of wishy-washy, especially if you are using colour therapy within that therapy space. So colours are really, really important. Light source and lighting. So I do open the blinds occasionally, and I pull the curtain back. But I mean it's daylight out there, obviously, as you can see. But I quite like a nice, cosy, sort of dimly lit room. And for your therapy space, you may want the same thing. I think it's quite cozy, it's quite natural, it's quite healing just to be in that space, so it's not too bright. Again, if you've got somebody that's in a therapy space and they're laid down, they've got their eyes closed, but they've got too much light coming in, it can be off-putting. You can put an eye mask over the face if you want to do that as well. That's always a possibility. I've seen some Reiki practitioners and other healers that do put eye patches or eye coverings over the face. But that's just something I don't really do. I just find if the space has got just the nice amount of light, then you don't need to do all that. But you can also use artificial lighting, just lamps, small lamps, Himalayan salt lamps, candles, as long as they're kind of in a protective, say like a burner or something like that won't fall over or won't cause a fire or won't cause any sort of accidents, then you can use that as well. Candles as well, they're really, really powerful natural healing source. It's one of the healing elements, fire. So bringing that into a healing ceremony as well and into a healing space is really powerful. I always light a candle when I'm about to start healing work, and then when I finish the healing work, I blow the candle out. It's still on at the minute actually, but I just like to have the candle just burning away. So light source again, also natural light as well. A natural light coming into the space. So you may want to use your space just to go and just chill, and opening the windows and letting natural light in is another great healer. Just feeling that natural light on your skin, and just closing your eyes, and eventually after a while going in on yourself, you won't be bothered about any sort of light that may be coming through your eyelids. You won't be bothered about that because you'll be so deep into your meditation, into your practice, whatever you're doing, that just won't bother you anyway. And then the last thing I've written down about the actual space is incorporating natural elements. So plants. I know I've got these here which have lasted forever, but these aren't real. If you're new to the channel, these aren't real, but they look really, really nice. They've got a lovely nice white colour to them. They bring a natural healing element to them. So if you need to bring artificial plants into the space, again, it's that energy, it's that intention of what you want to bring in. So bringing that intention of putting something natural in the room, even if it is plastic, it will bring that kind of calming energy to the space. But bring real plants in as well. Real plants will benefit from the healing that's going on within that space as well. So they'll really bloom and blossom off the healing energy that you're giving to your clients, or the healing that you're receiving, whether it's through meditation. That calming effect the plant will benefit from that as well. But also bringing other natural elements like woods or pieces of wood or stone, anything that will go with maybe the natural colours around you. Using little statues like my Buddha there, you could bring that in, something like natural that's made of stone, crystals. I have lemons there, which is something that I use within a shamanic practice where I detect negative energy around the home and use lemons. But them ones there have been around for a few years and they've just sort of shriveled up, but they're quite a nice addition to the room. Again, natural elements, again, fires, candles, using oils and burning oils to create a nice scent, using incense, maybe burning some sage or some Palo Santo, bringing these natural elements, really bring like a shamanic healing twist to your space as well, because it brings all that natural energy into the space. So that's just a few things that I've written down with regards to the space and bringing intention and on what you want to receive out of your space, what you want to get out of it. So the space, the size of the space, the colours, the light, natural light or artificial light, and incorporating natural elements. So the next part I want to talk about is about the actual healing practice that you're going to go into, the healing practice that you want to do. And I want to talk kind of like a little bit about my healing practice, how I've brought it to where it is. So maybe it will inspire you guys for building your healing practice or building your healing journey, or maybe just starting a healing journey and don't know where to go, don't know how to get there. Then this is going to be a part of that video as well. So your healing practice, again, first and foremost, is your intention. So what is your intention for your healing practice? Is it going to be for you, or is it going to be for clients, or is it going to be a mixture of both? It'll probably be a mixture of both, because obviously you need to work on yourself as well as your clients. But now that you've got all these natural, beautiful elements around you, then you can look at your rituals, you can look at your routines, you can look at what you want to do and how you want to create this healing practice around you. So I want to talk a little bit about my ritual and what I do. So if you've been following the channel for some time, you'll have seen many early videos where it was extremely basic, very, very basic, and that's not a bad thing at all. You know, keeping it as simple as possible to start with is a really, really powerful thing to do, because it really shows how powerful the healing and the intention side of it is without all the other bells and whistles that incorporate it. So you'll have probably seen me in earlier videos where I just did healing sessions and I use myself as a surrogate for the healing. You will see me in other videos where I just use kind of like a bedside table or a dining room table and just did the healing sessions on there. Again, extremely basic, real bare bones down to the healing, but that is a really good thing, because it's all about the intention of what the healing is about. It's not about bringing other aspects in. But as my development has grown, as I have grown like a butterfly, you know, I need to spread my wings and I need to move into other areas. So that's why I started incorporating more other elements like crystals, like oracle cards, tarot cards, sound, singing bowls, rain sticks, oils, sprays, lots of other different things that I incorporated within that. But my ritual itself, so I'm going to tell you what I do before a healing session, just to give you an idea of what I do. And today's the first day where I changed it slightly and added more into my healing session. But again, like I say, keep it basic, keep it simple, don't get overcomplicated, and over time you can add things on and build it up. What works you can keep, what doesn't work just throw away. But again, find your own way, use your own intuition, whatever feels right for you, you can incorporate that and you can use that to the best of your ability to become the healer, whether it's healing on yourself or your clients and other people. So what do I do? So I come into the room, I know I already have my intention set of what the healing session is and who it's going to be for. So I've come into this space, I close the door around me. First thing I do is I put the music on, so I put the calming music on within the room, and that just sets the tone for the room. I then light a candle, I light some incense, and I light either some sage or some Palo Santo, and I work around the room, I work around my aura, I cleanse my aura, I cleanse the space. And then I leave that, and I leave that to burn, I let it to go out. More often than not, I use Palo Santo and it goes out quite quickly. Sage takes a little bit longer to go out, but again, whatever you feel right, whatever works for you, try both, you know, see what works for you. So after that, once I've done that, I then, what do I do next? So I then go around each corner of the room and I draw one of the Reiki symbols. So I draw the power symbol in each corner of the room. I then draw the power symbols down my chakras. So that opens me up to the energy, opens me up to be more, I suppose, receptive to anything that I need to be able to feel, that I need to be aware of during the healing session. I then come to this space, I come to the table, I then sit down and I decide what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my grid, or I'm going to use Herbert the bear. Sometimes I'll dowse that and I'll ask, which should I use? Should I use the grid or should I use Herbert? And the dowse will give me the answer. Or I will just go intuitively and think, right, no, I'm going to use Herbert today, or no, I'm going to use the grid today. Everything is very much intuitively driven. You know, I don't come in with a fixed thing, although there is pillars of how I work and what I do. But with regards to that, when it comes to the table, it's very much intuitively driven. I will then sit down and I'll prepare myself and I'll set my invocation. So I'll set my intention, my invocation, and I'll ask for the Reiki healing, I'll ask for my spirit guides, I'll ask for protection from any angelic beings that need to provide it, such as Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael, and I will only ask for the highest of healing energy, of love for mine and the recipient's highest good. I then draw the symbols on my hands, so the distance symbol, the emotional symbol, the master symbol and the power symbol, and then I will draw the symbols over the diagram or the bear, and then I will sit down and I will go into Gasho. Gasho is a really powerful, I just did a video about Gasho, really powerful way of increasing your awareness, setting your intention and really becoming grounded and into the present moment. So that's another really powerful tool of what you can use. It opens your heart chakra as well, so it allows you to become more receptive to feeling, to more intuitive messages. And again, this is something that you develop over time, over time of building this practice, building this ritual, building this routine within yourself. It will become more fluid. But starting off, like I say, keep it simple, keep it basic, don't overcomplicate it, just have the intention and just do the session. You don't need to flower it up with lots of stuff. This can come further down the line as you start to bloom, as you start to flower, as you start to open up to become the powerful healer that you are and that you want to be, that you want to become. I will also ask if I should be using crystals. Sometimes again it will be intuitively driven, or I will ask the dowers, I will ask for my guides to give me an indication of if I should use crystals for the session or if not. Sometimes then what I will do is I may bring a singing bowl into the healing session and I will just cleanse this space with sound, just to raise the vibration of this area if I think it needs it, or I will just go straight into the healing session, and then that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. But again, it's all about intention. It's all about intention. Then when it comes to the end of the session, whether it be 30 minutes or an hour healing session, whichever it may be, then again I go back into Gasho. I close the healing session down, I go back into Gasho. I give thanks to all my guides, their guides, angelic beings, and anybody else that assisted with the healing for their highest good, of the highest of vibrational healing. I will give thanks, I will give love, I will give gratitude to them for their assistance in that healing journey, for giving me guidance, for giving me assistance as well during that healing journey, especially if I received any sort of information that I need to pass forward. And then I will just stay in Gasho for a short while, and I'll just focus more on my breath, channel that energy into my breath, which then grounds my energy once again, brings me back to the body, brings me back to the present moment. And I then draw the power symbol over the grid or the bear to just seal the energy in. I then clasp my hands, and that is the end of the session. And that is it. That is my ritual of what I like to do. So there we go. It really is quite simple. It really is quite basic. There are lots of things that I've incorporated over the years, additional things, extra things that assist with the healing, with the healing sessions for the clients, for myself, whatever it may be. But yeah, it's all very much intuitively driven, and over time, it builds, and you're not going to get the perfect healing space or the perfect healing practice in a short space of time. It takes time, you know, and I'm still building on my practice. I'm still building on my my healing journey, you know, of what I do and how I do it. Like I said, today was the first day I changed my ritual slightly because of some connection to other areas, other astrals, other angelic, other guides that have made themselves known, that have been there for quite some time, and I've been aware of them, but they've stepped forward a lot closer lately, so I've asked for their assistance today in this healing session. So yeah, just go with it, go very much intuitively with your healing practice, and then, you know, like you say, you can watch these videos, watch other videos to help you on your healing journey, building your therapy space, building your healing space, and also building your ritual and your practice. So I hope this has helped. If you've got any more questions with regards to that, don't forget to comment below. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, if you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel. It really helps me, it really helps the algorithm, and also it keeps you updated with any further content that I might be posting out there that you would like to hear more of, you know. So whether it's with regards to healing, building a spiritual practice, enhancing your spiritual practice, your spiritual journey, enhancing your meditation skills, and all that wonderful spiritual stuff that we always have around us to give us better knowledge, better clarity, better awareness. So I hope this helps. I really do hope it helps. From the bottom of my heart to yours, have a wonderful day wherever you are. I'll see you in the next video. Much love to you all. Take care of yourselves. Namaste.